Hi there. Welcome to another episode of the MI podcast. So today we will cover about the different types of digital advertising. So digital advertising around has been there since I would say around 15 years. We because of so many social media channels, the applications that have come up, and the attention of the people is on these particular social media sites and applications. So it's a great place to advertise for your services. So mainly because marketers they look at where is the attention of their target audience, right? So wherever the attention is there of their particular target audience, they see which all channels, which all shows, and today, with digital, so many online shows are there. There are influencers, so where all should they particularly advertise? So since now digital medium is so big, there are so many things. There are organized sources where you do digital advertising. I mean, everyone knows about Google, Facebook, and all, and there are many others ad networks that have come up, and they have helped in basically making it a whole organized way. So there is no like a direct interaction with the person who's advertising. That's a different thing. Like you have maybe celebrity endorsement, or you have an influencer, or you have specific shows. They're so big that they have their own marketing team or sales team there, that they're selling the ad space in them. So apart from that, it's a full organized place where you have these basically concepts of publishers and the one advertisers separately. So you go on these platforms, and you can select basically which all online channels and all you want, and even the advertisers can select where they want to advertise in. So awesome. So let's just go in detail now, which are the particular advertising. Basically, you have the types of advertising. You go deeper into that. So firstly, we have search advertising. So this was, I think, the oldest form of advertising when Google came up majorly as a search engine. Then it was like the initial source, like how do we monetize the platform? So they started the search advertising as per particular keywords that people search for, and then that could be associated with some particular business that they want to promote on that. So as of now, I think on the search page Google, you have around 7 advertisements that are there, any particular keyword you search, and you have an organized completely Google Ads dashboard. You go on there, and then you as per your keywords, you can kind of advertise, reach a particular target audience in this. So this particular advertising is directly through the interface. So it's not only Google. You will have Yahoo, you'll have Bing, and all. And they have their own systems where they have a lot of people, audience. They're searching for different things. So that is how they kind of approach this particular thing, and they have a completely end-to-end search advertising network. And I would say all these search engines, I would let's say 70 to 80% of the revenues they come from particular search ads, I would say. So next you have display advertising. Display advertising would involve say you have banner ads. So banner ads would be the different kind of content, articles, blogs, and all, where people read. They have that attention. So you can like identify a particular TG kind of people who are going to come. Like say those who are into trekking, so they will read something about different kind of places to go for trekking, or enthusiasts within trekking, like what all places, what all is to do, what are the trekking gear that is. So that's like an example. So they will have trekking based. It is more likely to sell if you have trek based gear or something, or any kind of trekking service based ads or something. So this is very specific display advertising. This is again under, like, if you take the example of the biggest is Google, the display network. You can tie up with them if you have a blog or something. So you have these tools that it's called like AdSense, and then it can as per the traffic, those display ads and all come on there as per the particular where all you want to advertise and all. Next, you have social media advertising. So, social media advertising would be these major social media networks, the biggest being Facebook, and then obviously Instagram is part of Facebook. Um, You have different kind of like I mean, you have the TikTok also. You have different Instagram reels. You have various form of social media platforms. We might not be using them, but there is certain TG which is as per like different kind of people that taste. They have different social media platforms. Like Snapchat is very popular, in the age group of 18 to 24. So if your audience is there, you have ads. So all these platforms, the main monetization is advertising. So they have different kind of ads, different kind of ad formats. There you'll have skippable ads. You'll have like say 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds. You'll have ads where a certain display element is there in it on the somewhere on the page about your brand. It will come before your ads. I mean, during like your content comes, or after your content, or whatever, like where all it is placed. So there are different kind of formats in this, but the main thing is that the social media, whichever channels are there, majorly they will have the different advertising platforms. So they have complete end-to-end dashboards, and you can kind of find your audience as per the social media network that you're in. Then you have your native advertising. So native is basically that you have your own website and application, and there you have the basically you want content there. So sponsored articles can come, or this thing. So I would say that this kind of advertising, it kind of blends in, right? So whatever your platform is, as per that, you can have very specific advertising set. And also this is more, I would say, very specific as per the particular channel that is there. So this kind of advertising, I would say, is gaining more popularity because you have a very good loyal TG audience in it. And there I think you can go around and this thing. So to how to go about it, it would be more one-on-one and kind of contacting. So the major, if any kind of a website application has a lot of content, then it would be more of a direct thing. So they have created a whole infrastructure of it, right? Like, so even if I have my own website and I get a lakhs of people in it per month, if I have a proper infrastructure in place only, where it's judged like with the third party that how many people are coming, whatever kind of impressions and clicks and all that is there, then only you can do native advertising. This is applicable basically for very huge websites which are getting views in crores and all. So I think this particular thing is, I would say, coming up quite a lot. And because this has become a, I would say, a business here. So many websites, apps, they are about news, they're about information. So this is the main way. After they reach a stage, it is more like a direct dealing with them. Then you have your email advertising. So you might have noticed in Gmail and all, a lot of ads above you would have been seeing on your inbox or something. These particular ads are there, and something you would have noticed that it is something maybe to my interest or as per my demographic or something I'm being attached. So Gmail introduced this a few years ago. Now it's getting, I mean, basically the as all ad platforms, the interface is becoming better. Ads are becoming more targeted. So I would say this kind of advertising is being utilized more. The more budgets are going into this form because email is something like somebody. I mean, people are most of the time they are in their emails for whatever their work or the personal thing. They are seeing what is coming. So there is a captive audience there that you can capture. So that is kind of coming up a lot. A lot of marketers are putting the budget towards email advertising. Great. Lastly, we have programmatic advertising. Now, this kind of advertising is where you have a complete network and advertising where they are tracking basically the, I would say, the views, the people that who are coming down on these sites, and you can actually track the person, like it's not dependent on the channel, so it can track you basically. It makes a basically let's, if I have to simplify it, like a data point, like, so it's tracking you across various where you're using your particular phone or your website. There are certain logins, or there are certain, so they have tie-up basically. Programmatic advertising is through, they have a tie-up with, if you're using mobile, then it's through Android, which is again Google, or then through iPhone. Then you have various OTT platforms, and also it is tracking through that. So a person is being tracked, so very specific. So when a marketer is going for programmatic, it is very specific that suppose you're selling a car, you're automobile company, so it will specifically target like what you are searching and capture that, okay, this particular audience might be now thinking of buying a car. So really specifically seeing in terms of giving you a very specific advertising as per tracking you on various. You must have seen in various particular sites when you're going, you would see very specific ad, maybe as per maybe your buying pattern or like what you are seeing online and all. So we very specifically it is targeting. So like I would say remarketing is somewhere it's getting, it is part of, like you would say, programmatic, because it's I would say you are going to that particular, and then it's again following as per, so it's seeing like your where all you're going and your behavior tracking. So I would say, so there is also one thing that it would come that into the privacy and all, but now there are certain rules. Now it's getting rules that they are you can say the cookie-less is happening also, that they are not having. So there are ways this will go forward, but definitely programmatic advertising will get bigger and bigger, because main thing is about tracking the person, right? The person in terms of what they are doing, and it would be very specific advertising to them, not tracking, okay, just for one particular, it's like a TG, you can track across certain websites and apps and all. So that is all how it is coming up, and it's going to get bigger and stronger. Awesome. So it's very important thing. Part of this podcast also is for a marketer, what is the takeaway? Like, how should he kind of approach it? So these are the basics. Okay, these are the types of digital advertising, the channels that I can use. But I would say, in terms of your mindset, how it has to be is very specifically understand the psyche of that particular buyer, create a particular buyer persona, right? Buyer persona is based, is like an example of a particular buyer. You have to take different like uh, what would like in terms of an age and location, or what are the interests, what channels do they see online and or something. So all this basically you can make different bio personas, and then see what way advertising, because digital advertising would also involve the creative. Okay, you've reached the particular person through these channels, but how do you bring them into your particular marketing funnel, right? So that is the main thing, that is the whole fight in digital, is like you have everything at your disposal, you can reach your particular TG very specifically on interest, but how do you keep that person? So that is to understand what will appeal to him and what time. Then it also, timing matters, right? Knowing what time a particular ad will really hit home, and what this thing. So things are getting really, I would say, focused in this thing, digital advertising, and it's getting more granular. You have PPC experts and performance marketing guys and advertising specialists and everything, is because of increased competition, increased devices, and all. Attention span is down of the people. So you have to wear, how do you make your particular ad stand out? So it's become like a science and an art um, to do the same. Awesome, great. It's been a great podcast on display, basically the digital advertising, different types of it, and sure, great. It was awesome telling you about this thing. Explore different kinds of advertising, and definitely message me or whichever platform you're seeing this from. Comment on that, or just if there is a message, you can direct message, and definitely we will can discuss on this, and you can even come down to the podcast and all. We'll be having a lot of guests also, so please, we will, this is for the marketing people basically from wherever you are. So it'll be great, we can have this, and we can really go so more deeper when we have discussions, topics, and discussions, and people going forward and giving their input side, and that's what is marketing all about basically. Thanks a lot, thanks for your time, I'll see you. Take care, see you.